one. There was a lot of Jerusalem. That's why you find a map of Jerusalem over here, Jerusalem over here, Jerusalem over there, Jerusalem over here. They were built across the world. Remember the Levites lived in the area of each place. They had the Most High picked different lands, different areas for the Levites to go and talk to him, and then we would go out and spread the information to the people. We took over the whole earth. I'm going to prove it to you. In the dedication of the sanctuary and the shedding of much blood of the nations, and we know the nations of the other people who sinned in, and the many offerings which were offered, then the dedication of the sanctuary. Peace and tranquility existed at the time of when David and Solomon. And the riches of understanding was magnified in all the congregations. And the holy festivals were fulfilled in blessedness and in much joy. And the judgments of the rulers was then seen without guile. So there was no wickedness in any of the rulers. Everybody that Solomon picked and taught them how to do the righteous divination, basically used the ring of Solomon. It was all done in. He said it was the rulers. They did it without guile. There was no wickedness done in it. Then it says, and the judgment of the rulers was seen without guile. The rulers were seen without guile, and the righteousness of the precepts of the mighty one was accomplished with truth. His precepts was done with truth. The precepts that Abba Yah has given me, they are the truth from Abba Yah because I received them from him. I don't know this without Abba Yah telling me. I would have never been able to do this if Abba Yah had never poured into me, y'all. Every time I come with you a lesson, I pray, what do you want me to tell the people? And he said, go look this up. Write this down, write this down, write this down. And I don't read them until I sit in front of this camera. I don't read it beforehand. I don't do it. And sometimes when I sit in front of the camera, he said, I don't want you to teach that at all. Go over here and teach this. Go. And as I go, he say, go look this up. Go look this scripture up. Go look this up and tell them this. But he says, the precepts of the mighty one were accomplished with truth. The precepts. Do you need the definition of precepts? Earth Healing Angel, will you give them the definition of the paleo meaning of precepts? Please. Or Abba Yah, whoever gets to it first. Precepts were done, accomplished with truth. And the land, which then was beloved by the Most High Yah, and because its inhabitants did not sin. This is during the time of David and Solomon. You know that 1,000 years they teaching y'all gonna happen in the future, it already happened in the past. That's why I keep telling y'all, they're telling you stuff, they saying it's gonna happen in the future, but it already happened. They keep talking about Jacob's trouble, Jacob's trouble. Baby, we already had Jacob's trouble. That's the 400 years. Well, Jacob's trouble's coming. No, it already happened. How do I know? I will read that to you next. How do I know Jacob's trouble already happened? I will read that to you next. Let's finish this one real quick. Then it says here, and because the inhabitants did not sin during the time of who? Did not sin. Nobody sinned in the time of David and Solomon. It was glorified beyond all the lands. All the lands. All the lands. That's why you could find a Jerusalem throughout. Jerusalem just means peace. You can find peace in all the land. Jerusalem was in all the land. Jerusalem just means peace. If you know our language, you would know it would mean peace. Just why some place whose named Salem, some place whose named Jerusalem. Salem and Jerusalem mean the same thing, peace. If you go around and you look up the word peace and look the different languages, if that city was named in that different language that it was in Jerusalem. Know the languages. That's why they made us not know our language. That's why they took it away from us, because if you knew the language, you know when I walk around, because I'm learning the language, when I see stuff, I know what it means. I'm like, that means that. That means that. It's a building. Not too far from where I live. It's called the Morning Star. Every time I look at that building, I go, that means Lucifer. This is a wicked place. I won't even step foot on that land. I will go around it. Because they named the building Morning Star. So if you got Morning Star on it, there's some food named Morning Star. There's some food named Morning Star. That means that food is wicked. Because Morning Star means Lucifer. Know the languages and you will know. You would know what you're looking at. If you knew the original language, you would know what you're looking at. This English is a language that is a deceptive language, because it hides the truth right in plain sight. It tell you what stuff means right in plain sight. If you go back and research the other language, you would know. This is why this other woman that was on here, she was freaking out when I'm telling her stuff. She's like, oh, what she's saying is wicked. Of course she's going to think what I'm saying is wicked, because she's being deceived. I was just telling my husband the other day, he still follows Jesus, y'all. But Abba keep telling me to stay with him, stick with him. Because believe me, sometimes I just be like, I don't want to deal with this. But Abba was like, he's the husband I picked for you. He's a Hebrew Israelite. He's bloodline. He's from the tribe of Judah. I'm telling you, stick with you. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it at the last second. So I just be like, okay. But I was telling him the other day. I said, when people listen to me, I know they think I'm crazy. I know they think what I'm telling them is wicked. I said, because they're indoctrinated with lies. Of course, when I'm telling the truth, they think I'm wicked. I said, but when I look at them, and they thinking what I'm telling them is a lie, I think they stupid. So they think I'm wicked, and I think they stupid. It's all about perception. I said, when I was in Christianity, I thought the other people who didn't follow Christianity were stupid. Now I know that I was stupid when I was in Christianity, and that the people who are following Christianity, they wicked. I said, it's all about perception. What goggles do you have on? Did Abba take the goggles off of you? Or do you still have them on? So when you see me on here telling you this stuff, of course you think I'm wicked. Of course you think I'm a false prophet. But that's what the awakening is all about. To find out the lies that have been taught to us. Now it's up to you to ask Abba Yah. Ooh, they just turned my whole page. They just turned my YouTube off, y'all. They just straight turned it off. They just straight turned it off. They just straight turned it off, y'all. I just watched him do it this time. I just watched them do it this time. They don't want people to know this. I literally just watched this. I watched the thing come on there and click it. I just watched it. Ooh, they don't want this truth out. They don't want these people to know the truth.